Luke Russert, Look for Me There, Grieving My Father, Finding Myself. In Look for Me There, Grieving My Father, Finding Myself, Luke Russert embarks on a poignant journey of self-discovery, grappling with the weight of his family's legacy and the loss of his father, renowned journalist Tim Russert. Confronted with expectations and a career in journalism that initially fulfilled him, Luke soon finds himself questioning the true purpose and contentment of his pursuits. Through a series of global explorations, from quiet road trips through Maine to the spiritual heartlands of the Middle East, Luke delves into the depths of his own identity. As readers engage with this narrative, they will witness Luke's transformation from aimlessly meeting life's demands to embracing uncertainty and forging a path uniquely his own. This introspective account offers compelling insights into the human spirit's strength to redefine legacy and embrace vulnerability, making it an enlightening read for anyone on a quest for personal meaning.
Legacies and Expectations. Luke Russert carries the weight of a formidable family legacy built on the pursuit of the American dream. His grandfather's hard work as a garbage man enabled Tim Russert, Luke's father, to become an icon in journalism. Despite this privilege, Luke felt pressured to carve out his own path. His mother, an esteemed journalist and activist, expected nothing less than excellence, which strained their relationship. After Tim's sudden death, Luke delivered a powerful eulogy to a distinguished audience, inspired by his father's voice. Yet, in its aftermath, he grappled with finding his own direction. Finding purpose. Have you ever buried your feelings only to confront them later? Luke found himself in this very predicament following his father's death. Driven by the urge to prove himself, he joined NBC, his father's network, immersing himself in relentless work. Rising to become an on-air congressional correspondent in Washington, D.C., his days were consumed with work, ambition pushing him to excel in a world where privilege was both an advantage and a burden. Yet despite the recognition and proximity to power, he felt something essential missing. In a pivotal moment, John Boehner, then Speaker of the House, challenged him to reflect on his true goals and aspirations. Amidst the grind of deadlines and stories, Luke realized his achievements brought fame and influence but not fulfillment. This epiphany led him to step back and reconsider his path. With the awareness and opportunity afforded by his position, he chose to embark on a journey, both literal and metaphorical, to seek purpose beyond the allure of titles and accomplishments. Thus began his quest to align his life with deeper personal meaning. Discovering through adventure. Some dive headfirst into new experiences, while others test the waters. Luke was the latter, starting with a simple solo journey through Maine. This adventure marked his initial solo exploration of the world, accompanied only by his pug. It was an open-ended journey without deadlines or companions, driven purely by the thrill of discovery. From there, Luke ventured further to Patagonia and Buenos Aires, where he met his mother for Thanksgiving at a friend's gathering. Luke experienced a transformative moment, seeing his mother not just as a parent, but as an extraordinary individual, whose empathetic spirit and engaging presence captivated others. Together, they explored Uruguay and Paraguay, cherishing shared adventures. As Luke prepared to head into Bolivia's high altitudes, his mother expressed unwavering faith in his capability. For an adventurous son seeking approval from his mother, her belief was invaluable. In Bolivia, despite battling altitude sickness, Luke stood on a former volcano at 12,100 feet above sea level. As he overlooked the vast Bolivian salt flats, he felt gratitude for his mother's encouragement and his own resilience. His journey continued, Easter Island, New Zealand, Cambodia, where awe intertwined with self-doubt. While meeting inspiring people and broadening his horizons, Luke pondered the legitimacy of his pursuit of freedom. Was his wanderlust merely self-indulgence? Yet, his father's reassuring voice echoed, affirming his path. By the time he reached Cambodia, Luke embraced the unpredictability of travel. Every mishap, from delayed transports to unexpected changes, became part of his seasoned traveler's experience. He sought authenticity, delving into the essence of each place beyond typical tourist spots. After visiting an additional 6 countries, Luke returned home in February 2018 to help his mother prepare her house for winter. 18 months of traveling had shaped him profoundly. When his mother inquired about his future plans, suggesting it was time to focus his efforts, Luke instinctively responded defensively, eager to prove the significance of his life's journey. Journey to self-discovery. Ever found yourself stuck in a loop where once thrilling adventures turn into tiresome routines? That's where Luke found himself after speaking with his mother. His journey across Nepal and Sri Lanka had once been exhilarating, fueled by the attention he garnered on social media. But gradually, each new twist and turn of his travels began to grate on him. He became impatient with the unexpected and the inconvenient, focusing more on capturing picture-perfect moments than truly experiencing them. A detour back home plunged him into the weighty legacy of his late father. As he unearthed boxes filled with accolades and articles celebrating his father's achievements, Luke was haunted by an overwhelming sense of inadequacy. With the 10th anniversary of his father's passing looming, he dreaded the inevitable comparisons. Separate for distraction, he planned a grueling hike in Iceland on this poignant date, trying desperately to distance himself from his father's shadow. The escapades continued, whisking him away to the Soccer World Cup in Russia and eventually to Los Angeles, where he felt adrift amid accolades lavished on his accomplished mother. As he drifted through these events, he sensed a growing disconnect, an eerie feeling of aimlessness cocooning him, especially in conversations with admirers of his parents' achievements. Desperation drove him from Tucson to Marfa, Texas, a haven for the hip and hopeful. But solitude and heartbreak found him there, too, when an email from Mary, his sporadic romantic partner, ended things for good. Imprudent and restless, he zipped through the night, teetering on the brink as he drowned his sorrows in booze and greasy indulgences. Waking up nauseous and anxious, he feared a heart attack might claim him too, echoing his father's fate. Back in D.C., a sobering visit with his doctor confirmed his health was slipping. Facing the hard truth of his avoidance, he resolved to change. Opting for a healthier lifestyle, he embraced running, moderated his drinking, and sought therapy. Journaling provided an outlet, helping him to confront the chaos of emotions and thoughts swirling within. In San Francisco, at his grandmother's old apartment, Luke found solace in writing. He meticulously pieced together fragments from his journeys, crafting what later became his book, Look for Me There. This creative process rekindled an emotional renewal, yet one final chapter lingered unwritten in his heart's odyssey. Lingering hesitations about visiting the Holy Land tugged at him, a reflection of his wavering faith and introspective trepidation. Having absorbed so much from the world outside, Luke hesitated to turn that same scrutiny inward or towards the landscapes of his Catholic heritage. A gently insistent inner voice finally nudged him towards this pilgrimage, whispering it was time to face what he feared and explore the roots of his faith. With newfound clarity, Luke set off to the Holy Land, ready to delve deeper into his beliefs and uncover the truths he had long evaded. It marked the beginning of an authentic journey, not just through foreign lands, but into the very depths of his soul. Path to self-discovery. Ever wondered if the path you're on is truly yours? Luke found himself grappling with this question as he approached the border of Israel. Young soldiers with rifles in hand stood guard, but he moved forward, feeling a deep sense of purpose guiding him. As an American, Luke confronted his preconceived notions about Israel and Palestine, rooted in media stereotypes, yet he was drawn to a more profound journey, understanding himself. The sacred sites of his faith scattered across Israel, Hebron, Jericho, the Mount of Temptation, and the Church of Nativity, drew him in with their call to introspection. Despite a planned visit the next day, an inner urge led him to the Church of the Holy Sepulchre that very evening, just before closing. There, he found himself waiting to enter what many believe to be Christ's tomb, granted a fleeting 30 seconds to pray within its confines. Inside, the embrace of the tomb's stone slab met his forehead. He poured out his heart, seeking solace from the grief of losing his father. As his allotted time stretched inexplicably, Luke heard a voice affirm his plea: he had been heard. Urged to continue his journey with prayer, he yearned for more answers, but the moment slipped away. Reflecting from a plastic chair outside, his travels flashed before him, a whirlwind of landscapes and memories accumulated over 3 years, searching for self-identity. The looming shadow of his father's legacy had cast doubt upon his every step, until now. Clarity dawned, he need not mimic his father's life. Freedom lay in wandering his own path, one rich in uncertainty and vulnerability. The evening's glow in Jerusalem illuminated a transformation in Luke. His father's legacy no longer burdened him. Embracing the autonomy to craft his own story, filled with its unique challenges and mysteries, was enough. The unexpected revelation was that his father's spirit had quietly urged him toward this pivotal truth. Luke's realization that a meaningful life meant forging a distinct path, one rooted in personal authenticity, was precisely what his journey had intended all along. He accepted the role of storyteller, with all its uncertainties, as the life he was truly meant to lead.
Luke Russert's Look for Me There concludes with profound revelations about identity, legacy, and the fulfillment of charting one's own course. Through his compelling narrative, Luke acknowledges that the towering legacies of his father and grandfather initially shaped his pursuits, but ultimately, he must walk his own path. He discovers that seeking external validation pales in comparison to internal alignment with his values and truths. By allowing himself the freedom to explore both the world and his personal faith, Luke uncovers valuable lessons about living authentically. In the sacred streets of Jerusalem, he learns that breaking free from the shadows of familial expectations empowers him to embrace his vulnerabilities as strengths. This memoir leaves readers with a powerful message: true fulfillment comes not from mirroring another's journey but from bravely stepping into one's own story, accepting the uncertainties, and discovering a unique legacy of self. It's an inspiring reminder that answers are best sought within, guiding us to the life meant just for us.